اوكي، شلونكم يا شباب يا حلوين؟ معاكم ليج، واليوم راح نكمل وياكم لعبة ستوريز The Path of Destinies. احنا مثل ما شفنا بالحلقة الاولى لعبنا وانقذنا صديقة اللي غدر بي، واللي غدر بي المرة الثانية، فكانت نهاية تعيسة نوعا ما. هسه عندنا راح نلعب هاي Build the Skyreaper، اللي هو راح نبني هذا الجهاز اللي هو already وياي يعني. والقصة الثالثة راح نروح على هاي بعدين، نبحث عن المعبد اللي طلع بنص الصحراء. المهم هاي القصة راح نختار هاي اللي بالنص، البيلد ذا سكايريبر، حتى نصنع هاي الآلة الرهيبة. سكايريبر معناها ممزق السماء أو هيك شيء.
Every child knew about the Skyriber.
يقول كل الأطفال يعرفون بهاي القصة.
And then, this emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it back to the surface. Reinardo wasn't exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon.
يقول ما يعرف شلون يستعملها ريناردو.
There must be some way to do it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he somehow summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon?
هي اللعبة كلها مكررة، يعني تتكرر نفس الأماكن.
But if he could find a legendary weapon,
يعني هي نفس الستيج، بس أحيانا يصير اختلاف بالقصة في بعض الأماكن.
As he set foot on the island, Reinardo couldn't.
هنا وصلنا إلى منطقة جديدة.
Was Lupino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens.
ما أدري ليش دا أفتح الصناديق هاي.
Did rabbits? Reinardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Skyriber?
من هنا طريقنا راح يكون.
Reinardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked.
هذا الناريتر اللي دا يحكي أشوفه مزعج أكثر.
He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends.
أكثر مما هو يكون مساعد يعني.
Could he stick with it?
هاي عين طقيناها، باقي ذيك اللخم نفقسها. يلا استعجلوا، وراي شغل.
The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Skyriber could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the transcendent emperor had fought the lost gods, thousands and thousands had died. But Reinardo had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one.
ضربتني يا ملعون، بس أخذت حيفي. يلا هذا غلط، شان مثل ما تشوفون هم ضربوني شوية، بس مو إشكال. يعني اوريدي عندي اللايف بار مالي طويل يعني. لا ليش نستعجل يا ابني؟ ليش نستعجل؟ وين الاخير؟ هاي هيك تسووها وحدة، فشلتني قدام الشباب. 2 هذا خلاص، عبالي 3 بس طلعوا 2 مرتين واحد يسويها. هيا تلقينا، ايش قد سهل.
There it was. Skyriber's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyriber had a heart. A core.
اوكي السكايريبر عنده نوع من القلب يعني.
Another island he could reach.
يا اما يروح يكمل ديك الميشن او يروح يقابل زنوبيا.
But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed.
وش بزونة حلوة.
Armature, was it?
هاي القطة.
He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
اوكي احنا ما راح نروح نقابل زنوبيا، احنا قابلناها ذيك المرة وقعنا بمصيبة، فراح نروح find the Skyriber.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get
وين انا
and the armature was
انا سوى sacrifice صديقه لابينو يعني عافى لابينو وكتلوه الغربان.
And he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later across a battlefield or a...
هنا يقولون ان زنوبيا مع ذلك راح يقدر يقابلها بعدين.
The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core. Doubt sunk in before he was even out of sight of the father.
الله شو مكان حلو. جنة.
The Skyriber.
يخبل.
It was the sort of path he'd always...
يلحوس.
The path of responsibility, of seriousness. Had he grown up? He didn't feel grown up. He'd made this decision from his gut.
نقدر ننزل هناك بس ما راح أسويها.
Somehow, he'd impulsively decided to stop being impulsive. Did that make any sense?
أحيانا يضربوك اثنين بنفس الوقت.
The waterfall was spectacular. We passed this way but once. Yeah, whatever.
تعالوا. اللي هيجي.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
هاي تقدر واحد يقدر يقتلهم بهالشكل إذا يريد. فواحد يستفاد من الهوك ماله من الشنقال.
There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. Mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? He was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
يلا حبيبي. وانا ما شو اسوي بهذا الصندوق؟ يعطيني تفاح. اوكي لازم نروح من هنا. ما هذا الباب؟ يا إلهي. هذا نسده وهذا نفتحه. وبعدين هذا نسده حتى يفتح لنا الطريق من هنا. وهذا نسوي اكتيفيت ونطفر على السريع. هاي انتهيتوا. على بختك على بختك ريناردو. وصلنا إلى الحجر المهم.
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin. Then glowed.
قامت تفتر.
The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. Maybe Lapino.
ولما سواها لما أخذها خسر صديق يعني اللي هو لابينو الغدار، خليه خسره يعني شنو.
Now he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
اوكي، عندنا يا اما نروح للساينتست اللي هذول خلينا نقول الخبراء او العلماء، يا اما نروح نستعمله ضد الاشرار يعني ضد الاعداء. خلينا نروح ويا الساينتست.
Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it.
على اساس ما راح يشوفوه يعني.
He had time. He could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
مثل ما تشوفون انعادت تقريبا، هاي نفسها موجودة بالحلقة الأولى، بس هالمرة زنوبيا مو ويانا.
Thousands of years after the transcendent emperor had dismantled it, the mad emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground? How perfect, then, that the Skyreaper would reappear to be his destruction. And, hopefully this time, just his destruction.
هاي لأنه هو راح يم الساينتست. وإذا كنت أروح يم ذولاك راح يروح للمعركة، هم راح تكون مكررة يعني. الله 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 كلهم كتالهم، لأنه هو مطورة الماكسيمم. دائما أغلط أجي هنا.
A legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed. They were outnumbered. The once kind emperor had become a tyrant. But his ravens stayed loyal, for he fed them his victims, and the other animals were too frightened to rebel. Reinardo shuddered at what the emperor was trying to do.
La 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 la.
Harvest. The Black Sun? No. He would stop that no matter the risk.
تلغي هواية ها؟ انت يا ناريتر. حول 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 حول. خلصتوا؟ هذا السيف مالي الرهيب. هذا بدأ مرات بدأ. ولوا منا ولوا. لعنة الله عليكم. على فكرة أنا دا ألعبها بالنورمال ديفيكولتي، هي ما بيها يمكن ايزي نورمال بس. ما أتذكر إذا كان بيها هارد ديفيكولتي. هالمرة ذيك المرة لما جينا هنا كان هذا محطم، بس هالمرة لا.
Reinardo was thrilled. The scientists seemed to think he'd put the Skyreaper together right. But one toad was worried. Yeah, the Skyriber could tear a hole in existence itself. There are
طلع سوى بلاك هول الثقب الأسود.
Together, if the Skyriber cut one, the hole would widen and widen until our whole existence fell into it. Another toad.
يقول إذا هذا انفتح، إذا واحد ما يعرف يستعمله يقدر يسوي بلاك هول أو الثقب الأسود، بحيث كل شيء يدخل هناك وتتدمر الطبيعة كلها.
Everyone else has forgotten about the transcendent emperor. If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Reinardo how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use. One way or another, there had to be a safe way to use it.
اوكي، وهنا يا اما يروح لهذا الكاليفيراس الساينتست اللي خلينا نقول المعلم الكبير اللي يعرف عن هذا السلاح، واحد يعرف شلون يستعمله، او رأسا يقول لا خلي اروح اتعارك به يعني. خلينا نروح لهذا والله.
Well, he should have known he'd have to consult Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the transcendent emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long. The rebels had scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they delayed risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their homes and families. Calaveras would fix the Skyriber for him. And then he would win the final battle. Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Reinardo's optimism started to slump. What if Calaveras couldn't help?
اوكي،
Reinardo dare use
احنا اختارينا الشغلة اللي احسن تقريبا، بس واحد ما يعرف يعني دائما النهاياتها هاي اللعبة
Even if some of those friends were
مو
more
زين.
trouble than his enemies, some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. It wasn't all at once. Physics made his brain hurt. That, at least he was sure of.
تعال من هنا، خليه يطقون هذولا. هاي الله يخلي هاي الماكينة مالتي تفجرهم بسرعة. خلينا نروح بذاك الطريق إذا أكو طريق. لأنه ذيك المرة لما لعبناها أخذنا غير طريق. يا سلام، راح توصل؟ راح تخجلني قدام الناس؟ هاي صناديق ما دا افتحها لأنه ما راح يطلع لي شيء مفيد بيها، بس انتوا لما تلعبوها بالبداية لازم تفتحوها لأن تحصلون شغلات. بقيت لوحدك يا حباب.
He tried to focus on the now. The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time. Where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? He didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks.
يلا حبيبي.
He would make Reinardo feel better about using the sky.
لو أنا أجيك.
And then Reinardo wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again.
شوفوا اكو طرق متعددة واحد يقدر ياخذها، بس كل الطرق تؤدي إلى نفس المكان يعني. أهم جينا هذا الطريق نفسه يعني. أو احتمال ما كان نفس الشيء، ما أتذكر. هذا راح نفتحه نسوي اكتيفيت يكسر الشغلات اللي هناك حتى نقدر نعبه.
Rebels were counting on Reynardo. He hoped Calaveras knew what he was doing.
هي كالافيروس وصلنا له. شلونك يا حجي ضفدع؟
Calaveras had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Reynardo explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
على أساس هذا الخبير يعني.
Strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 128 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.716s in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once.
يقول له إذا تستعملها مرة
Although he wasn't sure that was
مرة واحدة راح تخيب بيها، وتقريبا خلينا نقول 99% راح تصيب ومرة واحدة راح تخيب.
Just don't use it ever.
All right, I guess. As he sailed towards the fleet,
أنا آخر شيء قال أحسن شيء لا تستعمله لأنه احتمال راح تكون نهاية العالم إذا استعملت الجهاز.
they could not afford to lose this one. What if it didn't go well? What if he had to use the Skyriber? Could he risk the entire universe in the throw of a dice? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21? Or was it 2.71? 6s in a row. He had a feeling they were surprisingly good.
يعني كانوا يجيب 6 مرات بالزر لما يذبه لازم يجيب 6 على 6 يعني.
The odds were big. His brain was hurting again. The battle was not going spectacularly.
هسه لازم no other choice يعني هو معناتها راح يستعملها حتى لو الأودز كانت ضده.
Or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow. Or turn her. Couldn't he use the Skyriber just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right.
هو بنفسه ما متأكد إذا هو راح يكون صح يعني إذا يقدر يستعملها. هو عنده شانس واحد صح من 128 خلينا نقول. لكن أصور راح يستعملها مع ذلك.
Someone had told him the odds didn't change just because you'd had a streak of good luck. His gut told him that was wrong, though. And he always listened to his gut. On the other hand, 128 chances to win. But one of them would destroy the universe. That seemed a bit serious. Maybe he could defeat the Emperor without firing the Skyriber. Maybe he could bluff, but with a real weapon. Like in cards, when you had 3 knaves but pretended you had a fist.
أول شيء نقتلهم هذولا. المرة ما راح يكون طريقنا من هنا مثل الحلقة الأولى، وإنما راح يكون من هنا. الله فلشهم. هيا الملك.
He set up the Skyriber and let it warm up. He would bluff if he had
استعمله.
to. Zenobia came out, flanked by a very daunting platoon of ravens. You won't actually use that, she said in that annoying, I know everything because I'm a cat and you know nothing because you're just a fox voice she had. Or I know the odds. Good. Because there's a real chance you could destroy the universe.
هو راح يحطم اليونيفرس كله إذا استعملها يعني.
What?
يقول الأودز مالي قليلة يعني النسبة قليلة.
Practically nothing. They only go up if I use it a bunch more times. No, but that's not how odds work. Didn't you pay attention in class? Now surrender, or I'll use it.
يقول يلا استسلموا له راح استعمله يعني.
He felt sure the odds were with him. You have to go with his
هو
gut.
بقلبه قال الأودز لازم تكون وياي. بالرغم هو الدكتور أو الساينتست
Skyriber fired.
قال له لا لازم تستعملها لأن الشانس مالك قليل يعني.
Flagship went up in flames.
1 من مليون. مع ذلك هو استعمله.
Then he noticed there was a hole in the air. A blackness like a
سوى بلاك هول ثقب أسود.
wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger and even larger. Crates fell
هنا كل شيء
into it,
تدمر
and
يعني.
the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror as it poured into the ravenous hole.
هو هم هنا راح يموت.
28. What are the odds?
1 من 128.
Reynardo. And then everything fell into the hole.
النسبة مالته
It was
كان.
gone.
المهم شباب انتهت هاي القصة الثانية. باقي قصتين راح أشوفكم إياها. القصة الثالثة إنه يبحث عن حجر إبليس. والقصة الأخيرة راح أشوفكم اللي هي ذات نهاية سعيدة. المهم يا شباب أتمنى إنه تكون اللعبة عجبتكم. لا تنسون اللايك والسبسكرايب. كان معكم ليج والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.